first came to the IALHA Nationals as a spectator back in 1996 when I was just getting into the breed. I remember being in awe of the incredible beauty of the horses and the impressive display areas at the stalls, but what really made the biggest impression on me was how welcoming everyone was at the show. I spent a magical 4 days at Nationals that year and came away determined to get there with the horse eventually. It took 9 years, but I finally made it to the show with horses for the first time in 2005 and have brought horses 2 other times since then. Because I live in Oregon, it's a pretty big commitment. When I think of coming to Nationals, the first thing that generally comes to mind these days is the drive. To help make it more economical, I now share my trailer with others, something I strongly recommend for people coming from any kind of distance. This year, I will likely be hauling 2 or 3 of my own horses in my 7-horse trailer, with the rest of the spots filled by others from the Pacific Northwest. Whether you come to the show with horses or as a spectator, there's plenty to do every day. When the main arena isn't being used for competition, you can watch people working their horses there. It's a great way to get a feel for the diversity of the breed and to admire your favorite horses in a more relaxed setting than the classes themselves. The vendor booths are a great attraction as well. You'll find a wonderful array of hard-to-find items, including tack and attire, direct from Spain and Portugal. It's also easy to spend several hours working your way through the barn area, stopping to become acquainted with people whose names and ranches you may have seen advertised for years, and getting a close-up view of their horses relaxing in their stalls. As the week goes on, the displays tend to get more and more impressive, with trophies and ribbons adding to the photos and other artwork and giving you yet another excuse to linger near the candy bowls. Clinics, featuring a variety of topics, give people an opportunity to learn from many different experts. The clinic schedule is usually published a few weeks before the show to allow the show committee and clinicians to make sure that the time allotments don't interfere with the clinicians' other responsibilities at the show. Many of the clinicians are judges, trainers, or vendors. Those of us on the show committee, or volunteering as IALHA ambassadors, often find ourselves fielding questions from all sides. Teamwork is an important part of making the show go smoothly. IALHA members are encouraged to help support the breed and the show by signing up as show patrons. Patrons are recognized in multiple ways, before and after the show, as well as during the event itself. The most important part of the show, of course, are the horses themselves. When your class is called and you enter the ring, all those months of training and practice are put to the test. The casual clothes you might have sported while exercising your horse during the week are replaced with official attire that meets the USCF regulations for the particular class you've entered, and the judging begins. The size of the audience varies, of course, by class, time of day, and day of the week, but it's not uncommon to see spectators crowded along the rail near the show office. Because classes at Nationals are judged by 3 judges, there's always a bit of a delay after the class has ended and before results are announced, allowing the points to be tallied and double-checked. During this lag time, competitors relax at the rail, frequently chatting with members of their team or friends who are there to cheer them on. As top 5 winners are announced, competitors come forward to accept their awards and the tension mounts. Typically, top 5 winners are announced in numerical order, based on the riders' back numbers, so the order in which they are called up to receive their top 5 award doesn't provide a clue as to who will be named to the top honors. The reserve national champion and then the national champion winners are named, and they're honored with applause as they take their victory lap. By the end of the week, people and horses alike are exhausted. I find, though, that even as I head out for the 4-day drive home, my thoughts turn to the next time, and I can't help but make plans for a return. This year, the IALHA is joining forces with the Foundation for the Pure Spanish Horse to offer both the IALHA National Championships and the Foundation's annual celebration show at a single venue at the same time. Show committees from both organizations are working hard to make the 2012 IALHA National Championship and Foundation Celebration a wonderfully positive experience for all involved. We will have a judge from Portugal for our Lusitano specialty bloodline and working equitation classes. one from Spain for our Spanish specialty bloodline and Doma Vaquera classes, and of course, a senior dressage judge for our dressage and dressage sport horse breeding classes, and 3 USEF judges for all the rest. I hope to see you there.